told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until...
Hey everybody, and welcome in to our first official episode here on our channel for the Minecraft Trails and Tales update, which was literally dropped pretty much a few days ago from this recording. So we're just wanting to explain what we're actually going to be doing here on the season, and we're just really wanting to really explain why we're choosing this seed as well, what we're going to be playing on. And we had to take into consideration of 3 major points and some added advantages if they were there for us to proceed through with actually playing the seed. And the 3 major parts what we wanted to do was actually to have the cherry blossom nearby within a 1500 to 2000 block distant from our spawn point. Also to have a desert as well, of up to around about 2,000 blocks away. So the only reason why that we've opted in for the 2,000 blocks is that you can travel that distance within one in-game day or Minecraft day. And literally what we also wanted to do as well for our third and major thing is to actually be next door to water. And you will see the reasons why we wanted for that later on in the season. And what we wanted to also add on to everything for our added advantages was actually to have villagers nearby as well. So we either wanted to have 1 or 2 villagers nearby within around about 1,000 blocks out from spawn point. And literally we really was trying to figure out the best seed for that. Now we did actually have a look around on a separate creative world to what we're actually playing on, which is actually going to be in survival anyway. We've actually got the creative one and to help us to design the builds, what we're actually going to be doing over this season. So what we're actually going to be doing as well on this season, we're actually going to be really concentrating on certain things as well. And so our first few initial episodes are going to be for like a new players and that to Minecraft who's never played before, who's wanting to try it on the 120, or if you've been playing for like the past few months and you're still not sure on like certain things. We will be tapping into that for the next few episodes when we're actually doing the season. And then as we like going along, we will get into more complicated things and such as redstone and farming and mining techniques and stuff like that. So we are going to be doing that kind of thing. With this season as well, we are going to be still carrying on with our Adobe Craft SMP season. Okay. And also to do our how-to guides as well for redstone and other things for the channel. So literally, yeah, so let's just jump into it. We'll see you over on the world and we catch you all soon. Hey everybody, so I hope that you enjoyed that little tiny intro there, what we done in explaining what we're actually going to be doing on the world. So first of all, welcome to our official first episode here on the channel. So first of all, what we are just going to be doing is we are going to be collecting some wood. Now your first initial thing what you do need to do is to make sure that you punch the wood. When it drops, collect it up, and then literally when you've done that, make sure that you actually chop down the tree fully, by the way, because that is ever so important. Now I know I've got some zombies nearby, but then that might be actually in the caves. So when you actually join, by the way, and that you can actually find the seed in the description, by the way. Yeah, so the screenshot what you've seen blurred, that is actually over at the other end, just right over there. But we are going to go over there and actually show you what we've actually got. Now you can chop down all these here, or you can let it despawn itself. But what you do is you let this despawn, let it come down, collect up your saplings and stuff so that you can actually replant it up. And what we are going to be doing is, because it is a little bit slower, I might have to also possibly sort out one or two other little things, and that because of the lava situation for fire tick, because we don't want certain things burning and literally disappearing from everything. So we have actually got a village over there, which is what we wanted. Now, when you initially come into a new world, you will get animals actually showing up, spawning in, and etc., and which is great. And what we are going to be doing is being very careful on that, because we have actually got a lot of dips in here. But we also, what I actually forgot to mention is as well, we also wanted a spawn which looks really awesome for everything. And what we've got here, we've actually got that, especially with a little mountain bit there, and we've got that section there, and of course we've got a village here as well. Now, if you've actually seen our previous season, okay, you can actually see why we try and stick to spawn kind of areas, because we always like to make sure that we've got like certain stuff. Oh, hello little villager. And so we do like to make sure that we're within the spawn chunk area there as much as possible. Now I'm just going through to see what we can actually get here. So if there is a village nearby, do go in and to have a look to see if there's any chests, any food what you can take out and that. So you're kind of like raiding the entire village. But I've not been lucky on this, and that is a shame. Oh, there we go, we've got a chest. So we've got some empty maps, and so that's okay. Could be better, to say the least. We've got books and a lectern as well, which is really awesome. And we've actually got a bell here as well. So we are literally going to be doing a lot of our farm builds actually within the spawn over there, and we do want to make sure that we've got that kind of sorted as much as possible. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we're going to pop into here. We're going to close this door up, and we're actually going to set a spawn straight away for night time, so we can actually sleep our first night off. So what we now need to do is very quickly, right, because we do need some food anyway, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn all of our logs into oak planks, and straight away we're actually going to build a crafting table. With this, we're actually going to be turning some of these into sticks, and then we just place down the crafting table like so. And why we do that is you can go from a 2x2 into a 3x3, and we're actually going to be doing straight away a basic wooden pickaxe. Now we do for basic wooden pickaxe for the reason that we can then go and get some cobblestone, but what I do need to go and do first is to make sure that I've got some food. So we are just going to be grabbing some of the wheat here very quickly, and this is why that I don't mind having villages nearby, because you can get food straight away. And I know that can be kind of a bit cheating, but if you have actually got a village nearby, then do use it, and because you never know what you're going to be needing. And of course I don't have enough energy to carry on running around. So what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to turn 2 of the A bells and that, which you get 9, and then you can left click and drag. So I'll just do that again. So left click and drag over, so we can then get 6 bread. Now, bread's not going to be sustainable fully, but it will still give you enough energy to what you actually wanting it for. So what we are going to be doing is actually, let's see if there's a way to get over here easily, because we do need to go and get some cobblestone. Now we could go down into this underground for this straight away, but we're not really prepared for that. So we may have to actually go back over to spawn area over there to see if we can get it down low enough into the area for surface iron, and if we can do that, then great. If not, then we just have to just try and grim and bear it as much as possible. And so let's just grab straight away, let's just grab our first few bits of cobblestone. So you just left click, collect the cobblestone up as so. So we do need to make sure that we've got enough, and for this, so we are now actually in the Stone Age, and now wooden pickaxes will only do so much, so you need in iron to do more, but then cobblestone can actually allow you to get the iron ore for you to smelt. So that's what we are going to be doing. So we just need to pop back over here. Now I don't want to be killing the sheep off too soon, to be honest with you, because we just don't really want to be risking that. And we are going to be using the village as a base to start off with first. And I love that. I do. I love this one and that, because you've got a lot of little things around you which you can use, and it's actually so much more nicer and better. Now you can make an axe as well, which we are going to be doing today. So what you can do is, if you right click, and that should go over, and you can just place what you need in. And what we're going to be doing here is, okay, you could before literally make up everything what you need in. So we're actually going to be going into this section here straight away, and we're actually going to be making a O as well, just to make sure that we've got that sorted. And what we're actually going to be doing as well, we're actually going to make a furnace. So a furnace allows you to cook everything up and etc., so that you can actually get cooked food as quickly as possible. So we're actually going to break down that there, okay, and we're then actually going to break the bed. So the only reason why that we're breaking down the bed, and that straight away, is so that we can actually get back over to our spawn area. There is a reason why that we're wanting to head back over here very quickly, is so that we can actually start gathering surface iron if we can. That's if we can find it, and I'm hoping that we can find it, because every time that you reload a weld up onto the seed, the ore generation is always going to be different. So do keep that in mind while you actually playing this with us, if you decide to play it with us. So let's get our next little thing here, which is Sweet Dreams. So that's our first night over and done with safely, and we don't have to worry about having to try and deal with that. Now what we are trying to do here is that we're going to try and find a little surface section over here, if we can, to try and get some iron ore. Now like I said, right, yeah, each time that you generate a weld, the ore generation is always going to be different, and it will always change. Now you could potentially, if you wanting to keep it as is, and you can actually do it over in that section over there as much as you want. So that's why we are trying to do this in a way which is actually quite easy for everybody to follow as well. Now, for what I'm aware of, we do actually have here is a shipwreck right there. Now, I wasn't actually expecting for shipwreck to actually be in this area, but we've actually got one. So what we are going to do is we're actually going to swim over. Now, you could set up a boat for this. Now, this is why we actually wanted water nearby. Because of shipwrecks, because with the new updates, you do actually get an opportunity to actually find shipwrecks. Oh, I forgot that I was swimming there. And now we've also got there is a villager, a pillager outpost. So we do also need to be very careful with that as well. Now, we have actually got a shipwreck here, which I noticed when I were checking out for spawn. So let's just grab that there, right? I can't remember. So there would normally be two chests in a shipwreck normally. So what we are going to do is very quickly, we are actually going to pop down here. So we can actually get that if we're wanting to. And for the only reason why that we're actually opting in for to get this leather gear is simply so we can actually get everything what we're wanting straight away. And we can then just come straight back up here. Okay, so there will be the new armor style items for you to actually collect as well. So you can get those in pillager outposts, shipwrecks, over at the desert as well, and etc. So that's why we wanted a desert, which is over that end. We've got a pillager post there, which I wasn't really expecting to like say leaks, and I really should have made a boat. I really should have made a boat. So let's just have a quick cut over, and that when we get back over into the spawn area, and then we can try and sort out this next bit. So then, so we're back over on the land. Let's actually just check what we've got. If anything's actually dropped over here. Probably despawned now because I walked away from it. But we can also grab, while we're at this as well, we can actually grab some pumpkins. You can use your ores for this, or just use a axe like I'm doing, so you can actually get this as well. So we are going to take a little bit of time for this, because we want to make sure that we cover as much as possible for everybody for this. And of course we're not going to be doing all the usual time lapses what we would normally do, so we're having to go back into the old time way of things again. So we're really hoping to try and really fully incorporate what we're wanting to do here on the world. Now we can actually grab some coal actually, so let's just grab some coal. Now iron will be so much more better because it is a little bit quicker. This is actually quite a good coal vein. So you're needing coal to do torches. Okay, and of course we have got like a cave somewhere. Don't know whereabouts. So yeah, so the spiders will go dorsal during the day, and they will be quite hostile at night. So you can actually collect like a number of stuff with a stone pickaxe as well. That's what I'm actually doing here, just to try and make sure that we've got as much as we can actually collect. And so yeah, we are just working through seeing what we can actually pick up. I was hoping to try and pick up some iron on the first episode, but that's not going to happen today. But we are actually going to be working on, hopefully from the next episode, is to try and get an iron farm set up. But we're needing iron first to make the hoppers. So we do need to try and get that sorted. Now I would normally have a map up on the screen as well, so you can actually see whereabouts we are properly, but of course we can't really do that too much. And so yeah, so we are, and we've got plenty of sheep as well actually, so that's really good. I was hoping to try and find a best way to actually get down without going down too far for the iron, but it looks like we might have to climb on top of the cliff there. So we might have to do that anyway for this to really get sorted. Oh, and I picked up an egg. I picked up an egg. So that's fine. That's fine. So let's actually just have a quick look up here first of all, because we do want to really start looking for possible iron, and we have actually found iron there, which is good. So we can actually now very quickly pop up here, grab this iron, because we can actually smelt that with the coal what we've got, and that will then help us to start getting our first lot of stuff, such as our tools and etc. So we do need to get that sorted. Now to make your torches, by the way, if you go into and press E, so that you've got your 2x2 section up here, you can actually make torches by a stick down at the bottom, coal on top, and this here will just indicate whereabouts we've actually been, to grab some more coal if we need it. And torches would actually keep hostile mobs at bay as well, so they are actually quite valuable for this. Now I'm hoping, without having to go too far, because you can't collect emeralds with a stone, so you're actually needing iron for that. Speaking of iron, we actually got some here as well. So we do need to grab as much iron as possible from the surface. Now this is just to really make it a lot easier. Now like I said, each time that you reload up a world, you will get a different generation of ores. So we just need to be up here just for a moment. We have actually got some extra iron there, so we do need to sleep. And of course in the next episode as well, that we'll actually get a proper little base set up as well, so we will be doing that. And yeah, so let's definitely try and get some extra iron, because we do need that for what we've actually got planned. So we are going to possibly on our second video, on the next video, we are actually looking at getting set up a iron farm, which you need in villages for. That's why I needed a village. And I'm actually going to be showing you on how to do just a basic iron farm, just to really get you started for this. But like I said, we do need iron to start off with to make the uppers. And I think from the surface side of things, this is only what we are going to have. Now, we've actually got some structures over there as well. Now, I'm not too sure what... So, those actually look like drowned ones. So, we could potentially, if we had better gear, we will be able to go over there and actually deal with that. But of course, be very careful when you're actually running around because you don't want to be falling off an area and going down a big massive cave and dying and losing all your stuff. That's not going to be good. That is not going to be good at all. And of course, we've actually got that there as well, which we're wanting to build and actually incorporate into a larger build. Because that is what we've kind of got planned for. So let's just have a quick pop down here very carefully to make sure that we don't take no major damage like that. So let's have a look. Yeah, so let's get back over to for one of the builds over here. So we are actually going to go back into our larger build here, what we was actually in originally. So this is all just within the spawn area, what we're actually working with at this moment, and that is actually really quite important for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our crafting table down and a furnace. So in our furnace, we're actually going to be placing our raw iron and plus about 9 pieces of coal, and that's all going to get sorted out. And while we're waiting for that, we can then get everything sorted out. But you do actually get XP from that as well, you see. So that's actually quite important for that. So let's first of all get some bread so we can actually eat because food is ever so important. And of course it's raining now. Like if it's a thunderstorm, then like you can sleep. If it's raining and it's not night time, then like you can't. So do keep that in mind. And of course we are actually needing 5 pieces of iron just to make one upper. So that's 5 pieces of iron and a chest for that. But we will go into all the crafting side of things for stuff like that on the next episode when we actually build up everything what we need to build up for our iron farm. Now for the iron farm, what we are going to be doing is and I will do the video of a clip part of that where you actually use a certain amount of chunks on from your spawn chunk, and literally for your spawn chunk that will then allow you to work within that area so it still functions as much as possible. So as it is, oh my god, I'm bare. I'm bare. No. So as it is right now, we are actually going to leave it there for this episode, and we will be back again for the next one, and we will be sorting out the iron farm, gather up everything what we're needing for that, and so we can actually then start working on getting the villages over, so we then get a unlimited amount of iron. So until next time everybody, please take care. We'll see you later, and it's a ciao for now.
Told your
Bye.
friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why